and two very big, I guess you would call them, do you call those a upset? I mean, both players played good. I don't know. We'll get into that here in a minute, but
Yeah.
I've got Sam Henderson here with me. Sam,
How's it going?
I know you played in the arena. You've been on the table. What do you think so far about Ultimate Pool USA?
Oh, it's great. The format's very exciting to watch with the whole shot clock and then the 6-ball shootout at the end. I haven't seen one yet this week, but I've seen videos and it's pretty exciting. It's just a format I think built for like watching. It's great to watch.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, and I think you can probably relate to this. I don't know if you would want to necessarily play for the 6-ball shootout. You don't want that to determine whether or not you move on.
Yeah.
But a lot of times in situations like that, it's a spectator's sport. So being on the sideline watching somebody else do it, your heart would probably be thumping, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the arena, maybe you're not too fond of it, but part of the game, and at the very least, you're prepared for it if it were to happen. So
yeah. From a spectator point of view, I'd like to see one. As a player, I don't know if I'd like to be part of one.
Well, Blake Baker here, wasting no time. He doesn't want to be in a 6-ball shootout, especially with this man. He's playing Chris Melling.
Blake is actually from my hometown, so it's been nice to see him. He moved to Washington. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and I guess actually now that I'm thinking about it, if you were going to be in a 6-ball shootout, maybe Chris doesn't want to be in one against Blake.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be in a 6-ball shootout with Blake.
He's a 4-time. Is it 4-time?
I think 4-time speed pool champion.
As a junior, and I can tell you guys, we haven't seen anything yet from Blake where he's had to do that, but we were filming some content in the arena yesterday on the break, and Blake is a speed runner around that table.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure his record is 15 balls in 37 seconds.
That's a very, very quick time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this shot. How beautiful is that?
Wow.
It's a double kiss.
He opened up the rack.
Double carom off of both of those balls to make that.
I believe the 3 passes, but it's a little tight.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes from where we are. And we don't ever miss a ball in this commentary box.
Nope.
So I think
The 2 definitely goes in the side.
Yeah.
But if the 3 went, I feel like he'd be shooting it.
I think you're right there. And anytime you shoot with speed on those side pockets, and we've seen a lot of balls slide in, but
Yes.
you've been on the table. You can account for the fact that these pockets are not necessarily huge.
It's the tightest valley I've played on.
Yeah, and the felt just promotes the speed running in.
Yeah.
But in about 2 weeks' time, this might be the toughest table anybody's ever played on here.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris Melling taking no time. There's a reason they call him the magician. But as good as he plays, I don't think he ever has to do many of those crazy shots because he's probably the most composed player in this building right now.
Yeah.
Very comfortable on the arena table. Rack number 1.
It's a nice out.
Goes
Didn't have
Chris
to
Melling.
make any spectacular shots. Just had good cue ball control.
Yeah, if I was as good as you are at your age, oh man, I'd be playing and not commentating. But here we are, Blake Baker at the table.
It's a little bit of a tricky table. Stripes doesn't look too bad as long as he can break out the 15 with this first shot. And he does.
It was a good shot. So Blake's got a little bit of a table to work with here. Let me ask you, this is your first Ultimate Pool USA event, but have you seen on Facebook? I know you're a social media person, so have you seen on Facebook any of the stuff about the Ultimate Pool USA League?
Oh yeah, yep. I've seen multiple leagues that have been starting around the country. I know Sophia and her dad, I think, are starting one in Florida.
Yeah.
Kennedy Myman is starting one in Minnesota. It's really growing in the U.S.
Yeah, it's only just been really announced. We're
Yeah.
in the middle of a test session that's only in certain areas right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kennedy has a test session going.
Yeah.
Of course, there's one here in Kansas City where I live in East Texas. We have one going there.
Okay.
So just a few pop-up sessions, and the idea behind that, guys, and the reason it's not all across the country yet is because we wanted to kind of do a small batch and work out as many of the kinks as possible, and we've done really well with that.
Yeah.
We've broken the system and we've fixed it.
Yeah.
And it's almost ready to roll out. Real League starts. The normal session is going to start on August 26th, I believe. And Sam, I'm sure you've seen in October of 2025 our very first grand finals. Have you seen that first place prize payout?
$100,000. As soon as I saw that, I was like, man, we need a league in our area. I was like, I need to get on a team.
Well, if anybody out there is in Sam's area, maybe you should hit up our Ultimate Pool USA email and
Yeah.
figure out how you can get Ultimate Pool USA in your area. Obviously, Sam, I think you'll have it in your area sooner than later.
Yes, I hope so.
You guys have a pretty good pool community up there, so I don't think it'll be an issue. And you guys are a small area, just a few pool halls, but
Yeah.
you got a lot of players, right?
We've got quite a few players, just a lot of league players in our area, a lot of league players.
Well, and this is a totally new format, and for me, having a shot clock in a league, at first, my very first thought was, oh, some of the lower skilled players may not like this, but after talking with a ton of them, the consensus seems to be that they like the shot clock.
Yeah.
Because it forces them to kind of go with their gut a little more, and maybe not not have to have second thoughts about it. You just do what feels comfortable, and sometimes when you're learning, that's the best way to do it, is not to overthink it.
Yes.
So the shot clocks are in the league, the match timers are in the league, and
Well, that's another great thing, because I notice with other leagues, they just run so late, and with the match clock, you'll actually be able to get out of your pool hall at a decent time,
yeah, 5 matches, 30-minute match timer. So with a little bit of fluff in between.
Yeah, like
you're
racking
looking-
and stuff.
Yeah, let's call it 40 minutes a match. If you start at 7 o'clock, you're guaranteed to be out by right around 11. No more midnight or 1
Yeah.
a.m. nights. And that's a really good thing to consider. And Ultimate Pool going to pop up all over the place. We have leagues all across the country. It's Las Vegas, it's Philadelphia, it's Chris Melling taking that 8-ball.
Chris just makes it look too easy.
He does at times, yeah.
A couple big names that I would have expected to be there, but
A couple that aren't too as well.
yeah.
And it's not a completely hard thought to think that your name should be there. You took a very tough match against Amy Beecham. She played phenomenal.
She played great, and my break wasn't working for me. Hers was, and I made a few positional errors that I wish I could have done something differently.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things. You're still young. You're gonna learn quickly.
Yep.
You have the advantage of learning very quick, so the experience is definitely there for you. And who'd you play on the B side?
Ryan Robinson.
Oh, Ryan's a good player.
Ryan is a great player, and my break just continued, and I just wasn't making a ball in the break. He was, and that's basically the story of our match.
Yeah.
He'd break and run. I'd break dry.
Well, I do like the fact that you are a very what I said the other day was that I felt like you are a very composed player.
Yeah.
You're going to take your losses on the chin. You don't make excuses. You say, okay, this is what I did wrong.
Yep.
This is how I fix it. Now let's go to the practice table.
Yep.
So, great to see you involved here. I hope we see you at some other events in the future.
Definitely.
Play so well. Have the potential to win any of those shootouts or any of these open events as well. So, should be fun. And Chris Melling making it not fun for Blake Baker. 3-0.
It looks like Chris got his breakdown though on that game. I was commentating his match yesterday with Sean Jones, and he just could not make a ball in the break, and if he did, the cue ball would go in as well.
People going in and out, the traffic of people walking through, even just the difference between a room with 4 players or 40 players in it can change the table conditions. Pool is a very complex game. It's not just making the ball.
Commentator cursed Chris on that break.
The commentator curse is not real, Sam.
He hit him quite well, just nothing went.
I say that because I curse him all the time. If I tell myself that it's not real, I don't feel as bad. And Blake here.
This doesn't look too bad for Blake. It does look like there's one problem there with the 9 and the 7 being tied up.
What do you like for the breakout shot on that?
It looks like he's got either the 11 ball or the 15 ball that he could use. Just depends. Actually, I don't mind this 12 ball. If he's got the angle, just draw right into it.
I actually think the angle plays out pretty well for that. And
because then you'd have the 11 straight in on the side.
Exactly. And if it doesn't quite work out the way you want it to, you'd always have a second chance at it.
That's not too bad, but he's gonna have to take a thin cut on the 9.
I'm surprised he's playing this ball. Can he take the 10? That's what he's looking at now.
Yeah.
It must not go because he quickly dismissed that one.
Doesn't want to tie anything up. It looks like he's trying to run into him. Oh, wow.
Just held up.
This isn't easy for Chris, though. I mean, we could see one of those great runouts, though.
Well, he's going to have to start big, and I think the easiest way to start is with that 2 ball. I'm trying to figure out, is there a safety here?
7, I think the 7 could follow the 9 in, and that would be it for the rack. He's got to land straight in on it, though.
When he's got a few opportunities, Chris is good enough that he can try until he gets the angle that he needs.
Yeah.
The 4 ball is not an issue. The 8 ball is not an issue.
And he probably doesn't mind just leaving the 4 ball over there right now in case something does go wrong.
And I think you're going to see him take the 6 here. He's looked at the 7-9 every single time.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get that perfect angle.
And it looks like he's got it, too.
Yeah, and with just a little bit of angle to move towards the 1 ball as well.
Yep. That
at least
great shot there.
When Chris starts rolling, it's hard to stop him.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting into a rhythm.
How tough is it playing somebody like Chris?
Oh, it's
under the lights, especially.
Oh, it's super tough, but it's also exciting, you know. Like when I played him in the shootout, I was looking forward to it just because I know some of the crazy outs that he can make, and it's fun to watch. Like his final out that he made against me, where he caromed a ball off another ball, cut a ball down the rail, made 2 banks, and then chopped an 8 ball down the table.
And Blake
he's got a ball down
to get a ball and a shot. Really neat.
Oh,
the 10-1 is nasty. The 3 is not good.
Yeah, that cue ball. If the cue ball was a little, maybe an inch further to the right, he could have played the 10 ball and been just fine.
Or even an inch further This way he could shoot the 11. I don't think he has a shot on the stripes.
Yeah.
And,
Well, he could break out the 3 right now. And then hope he gets the good angle on the 4 to break out the 1.
and if you're going to break out this 3 running into it, you need to make sure that you hit it with pace.
Oh.
He got it.
You got a little fortunate there.
A little lucky there. The 2 ball definitely goes. I don't like shooting this 3 ball.
I don't mind
now.
shooting the 2, actually, and breaking out the 1 right now.
Yeah, if he can get the angle, I think the 4 ball is going to be his easiest bet, but you are a much better player than me. Oh. Oof.
Yeah, got a little fortunate again.
It's tough taking those breakout shots like
Yeah.
that because it can cost you in the end.
Chris is showing a little smile there. He got the breakout that time, but he's going to have a long shot. Oh, no. He lands. It looks to be straight in on the 7 ball. I don't like leaving the 3 ball for the last ball to get on the 8. It's not bad if you are able to get on it easy, but it's got to go. He's fine. Especially with the 8 ball going past the 13 as well. That's a possibility.
Yeah, just doesn't want to overdo it on this.
No,
You
yeah.
see a
he
lot
wants
of
to
times.
have a pretty flat angle on the 1.
Yeah, a lot of times in these situations, players get a little anxious,
Yeah.
and it can cause a mistake.
That shouldn't be too bad. Just pull it over, or you can come around. He's coming around. It's not bad.
Thought he was going to come up a little short there, but he really came out good.
Yeah.
So what we saw in the last match, Jordan Shepard up 4-0, and then we saw the big comeback by Sean Jones.
And, I mean, Chris isn't breaking great, so there's definitely a chance for a comeback. I was just... Oh, I forgot the 8 ball doesn't count in this event.
Yeah, so just to give you guys a heads up, so in the shootout event on Friday, the 8 ball going down is a win. However, in this event, which is pure international 8 ball rules, the 8 ball simply gets spotted. But here's the catch, Sam. If the 8 ball is the only ball that falls and it gets spotted, the table turns over to the other player.
Huh. So Chris's break continues. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, unfortunately, in that situation, and it's the thought process is if there's 15 balls on the table, you didn't make anything, and
Yeah.
that's how it's looked at. You can't think about the fact that he made the 8 on the break. When it gets spotted, if there's 15 on the table, it's the other player's turn.
I see. Yep. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it's one of the least favorite rules amongst players and commentators.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that rule too much, but
If you make a ball, it should be your turn.
Yeah.
However, in the sake of being on the international 8-ball rules rule set, that is the rule that is played, and that is anytime the 8-ball goes and counts, it's simply a shootout rule. Oh, look, 2-1.
Uh-oh.
And really hurt himself on this. I don't know if this passes.
Yeah, this 12 ball, he's locked on that 3 right now. So
Yeah.
he can definitely see the 12, but I don't know if the 12 goes.
I think you have to try and hit the 12 and run it off the 9. Just super soft.
Oh, no.
See, a little bump on the 9 might have given him a better shot, might not have.
Well, the good news for Blake is that the 9, as long as he can just touch it a little bit, you just want to skim the left side of it, and the 9 will still block the pocket for the 5.
Another interesting rule in the International 8-Ball rule set, and it's not talked about a whole lot, is the touching ball rule.
Yep, it got me when I played Chris in the shootout. I had no no clue about the rule at all, and I shot at it, but still touched it,
Yeah.
and he called a foul on me. Wow.
And that was a great shot.
That was a great shot from Blake.
That's a. If you're ever going to put a safety shot on a highlight reel, that's it right there. What is the plan here?
I'm not sure what Chris always has some crazy shot up his head, up his head, in his head.
Yeah, that's the reason they call him the magician. Whatever he sees.
I'm not sure what he's doing. He might be playing this ball with bottom left, going 2 rails and trying to land behind the 3 and make the 5.
Cutting the 5 up in the top right corner.
Just like that. Oh no!
Watch out, cue ball.
Oh.
No, this isn't the worst thing in the world for Chris, because he's left a very tough cut on the 11.
And not easy to get position either.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit it with speed, which makes it tougher to get to the 9.
Blake's pretty good at these shots.
Do you like the up and down, or trying to run into the 8 and hold?
I think I'm just trying to make the ball here because the 9's close to the hole.
Okay.
Oh no, he hit it well, but
The shot was great, but the outcome was not good. This, I feel like, is going to be a double rail bank.
yep, he's got a
Z shot.
I like him making it.
You think so?
As if he can hit the gap, I like him to make it.
I can't fight against you on that one. You know him pretty well. The slick cloth may get him, though.
Yep, there it is, the slickness.
Yeah, I think with a little bit more pace.
Yeah, I think he needed more pace
The slide doesn't
there,
run there, but hitting it a little softer really hurt him. And it all started with that just rough shape on the 11.
Yeah.
I think looking back on that one, he might have attempted to maybe run into that 8 ball and hold the cue ball there, because Chris is definitely going to get out here.
1,000%.
And not much to discuss here, guys. Chris doing what Chris does and just making balls and making it look easy.
Kind of land on the wrong side of it, or?
Yeah, a little bit, but at this point, I think it's.
I mean, he's gonna make it.
Yeah, it's. He can make a few errors like that and still come out fantastic. But
All starts with this break, though.
yeah, a good break will definitely kick it off, and at this point, you just got to take it one rack at a
He
time.
just made a couple balls.
Several balls. Ooh.
Dripes doesn't look too bad, as long as he can.
His problem ball is he can take it out right now. So
Well, the 14 ball looks like the only issue. He can just play the 11, maybe play the 9 in the side, and then take the 14 from there, and then the 15 in the
that.
corner, 12 in the corner, and then 8 ball.
yeah, I definitely like that, but
I didn't like that.
he's made a mistake immediately, and this is going to get.
He can still play the 14, draw back, and shoot the 9 in the side, and then.
Oh, he can see the angle on the 14. Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst. I don't know what he did there.
He's getting further and further out of line, and he needs to take this shot in specific, and it's very tough to do because of where the 1 ball is and being tree-topped over the 6 ball.
I got no clue actually what he's gonna do. Is he gonna try to cut it into the? Is he gonna try to back cut it? I don't know if he can shoot it straight in the hole or not.
He made a pretty wild cut the other day. He's going to
looking
have
at
to
it.
cut this top left.
He's looking at it, and the problem is he's running into the 5 ball.
And if he doesn't run into the 5 ball, he's going to send his cue ball going all over the place.
Oh my gosh, he drilled it.
What happens to the cue ball, though? Is he going to get a shot?
He can make this ball. He can cut it past the 5 and then draw out for the 15 on the side, yeah.
Yeah, even just a nice little stun shot, he can play the 15 in either side pocket.
He's got to take his time here.
Well, this is multiple good shots in a row by Blake Baker.
Drilled it again.
Wow, and this is going to be a great
I don't know if
out.
the 8 passes the 2. It looks like he's got about maybe 3/4 of the pocket. If not, he can still just draw it over to the other side of the table. Just like that. Watch out for the cue ball, though.
He's not making his work easy on himself, is
No. The cue ball could track a little towards that corner. I don't think it'll be too close, though. Oh, no. I think he was worried about the cue ball. That's going to be 6-1.
he? Wow. That's going to eat him alive.
And then it's also going to be Chris's break.
Yeah. Well, Blake's going to have a shorter ride home than some, but it's probably going to be rough on the mental side of it because he had a great opportunity there to get back in this game and give himself a fighting chance. Made some great shots, and in the end, being out of line just a little bit hurt him quite a bit. 6-1, Chris Melling.
And Chris is going to break dry again.
I told you I didn't believe in the curse, but I'm starting to think you got him, Sam.
Oh, my goodness.
His break had been
He's having a
working
laugh
for him.
about it.
Yeah, his break had been working for him, but it's not now. And Blake Baker coming back to the table here with another opportunity.
I don't know. I don't know what I like here. I don't really like solids or stripes, to be honest. They put that 4 ball in a pretty bad spot.
And now the cue ball is.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna bank it.
I think he's playing a little free flow now after that miss.
He's just.
If I miss it, I miss it. If I make it, I make it type of mentality.
Yeah.
And that can work out sometimes for you.
Sometimes it can.
This is a high ask right here because I think he's going to have to play the carom into the 7.
He's either playing a carom or he's playing a combination. I think he's playing a combination.
Combo's tight. Watch the 8 ball because it might be moving with some speed.
Oh my gosh, and he ended up making the 1.
Oh,
That was risky.
that was what I was worried about. Anytime you move that 8 ball with speed, it can be rough.
That kind of worked out for him. He could just come across the table and play the 5 next. Break out the 3.
And that'll be the big shot. And Chris.
I don't know what. I guess he can use the 2, but I don't know if the 5. Okay, they're showing it right now. The 5 does pass.
It looks so tight on this monitor here. I think you definitely have to play rail first.
Yeah, play it into
get
the
a little
rail.
bit of a slide, but that's a hard shot to play. And move the 3 ball. Now it's almost impossible.
And I don't even. There's not even a bank on the 3. It doesn't even look. I don't know if it goes by the 11.
He might be able to throw it by the 11 here. Yeah, this is. He's going to play it with hard inside and try and come in, but it's just not there. Oh, you know what? I know this shot.
Kick bank it.
Kick into the back of the 3, 1 rail into the corner or the side, either one.
Yeah.
I like the side because coming off this rail, it's a big pocket at that angle.
I think he's just gonna take a whack at it.
Yeah, fire it.
Pray for the best.
100 miles an hour. He's got to get back down for the 8 ball anyway, so
yeah.
Speed is what he needs here.
And that's going to be the match.
Yeah, it should be. Chris has a couple shots here to be able to get onto the 8 ball. It's kind of separated from most of his stripes, but
I don't think I'll get him with the commentator curse again. I think that's going to be the match.
we'll see. We'll see if the curse is real. It's kind of like the Madden curse.
Oh yeah, yep.
Some
the
people,
cover.
Some people think it's real. Some people don't. But only one way to find out is we test it right now.
Yeah.
Sam said he's not going to curse him.
Nope. Chris is going to run out. That's my prediction.
You know, if he makes a mistake and something like that, you could quite possibly make a little money getting paid not to commentate anybody's match.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think there's no curse here.
Yeah.
He's definitely out. And what could have been for Mr. Baker going into that top 8 of the Kansas City Open.
Oh, no.
As we talk about it, I think the shot is there. I think he can just go a couple rails and go up table. The 8 ball's kind of middle.
He can play a shot with a lot of spin just to show off. Yeah. Good shot.
Great shot by Chris.
No curse today.
No curse today. Chris Melling will advance to the final 8. A win over Blake Baker. And we will get a word from Mr. Melling here in just a minute. For Stephen Wyatt, Sam Henderson. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.